Have you ever opened an AI tool like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, asked it for something specific, got back something that almost works, then spend the next 20 minutes back and forth correcting it, either taking longer than you would have by yourself, or worse, you give up and do it yourself? But there's also a less obvious scenario. In this version, AI agrees with everything you suggest, sounds confident, gives you smooth answers, and you walk away confident in a decision you should have questioned. This is one where you could end up in a situation down the line wishing you had considered it more carefully. Both are common, both have the same thing underneath. You know AI should be making you better at your work, more capable, thinking more clearly, doing more with your time. The frustration isn't really about the wasted hour, it's about the gap between where you are and where you expect it to be by now. The gap is the real problem, and the reason it's there has nothing to do with the tool. Here's how to think about it differently. The frustration is real, but that does not mean AI doesn't work. It's that no one showed you how to onboard it. The truth is, getting value out of AI is less like learning a piece of software and more like bringing on a new team member. Think about a new hire walking in on day one. No context on your business, no understanding of how you work, no sense of standards. If you hand them a task with no instructions, no background, and ask them to produce something good, what would they give you? Exactly the kind of output you've been getting from AI when you treat it the same way. Generic, plausible sounded, but off in ways that take a while to notice. Not because it's secretly a person, but because the dynamic is the same. You need to give it proper context to get anything useful back. No context, and AI will string together generic information, gladly guess, and don't tell you it did. The fix is the same too. You get it by changing how you onboard AI. You collaborate with it, show it your standards, give it the context it needs, and teach it how you actually work. That's the foundation. Everything else builds on it. So if it's about onboarding, the question becomes, how far have you actually taken that onboarding? Here's the way to look at things. 4 levels to build your AI productivity skills. Level 1 is tell me. This is where almost everyone starts. You ask, AI answers. You use it for contained, one-off things. Questions, summaries, email drafts. Maybe you try to use it more, but ran into a back and forth that took longer than just doing it yourself. So you settle back into using it for things that feel reliable. Whether you stayed at tell me by choice or by retreat, you might be feeling stuck there without knowing how to get unstuck. Level 2 is work with me. This is where you get unstuck. AI is a part of how you work every day, not occasionally, but integrated. It's a thinking partner on real decisions and real work, strategic choices, complex problems where AI is a collaborator that gets you to the 80% quickly, but you still need to apply your judgment to get it over the finish line. The conversations are iterative and context-rich. The output sounds like you because you have been building shared context over time. This is the level where things actually click. Level 3 is build with me. The verb changes here. You're not just using AI to produce outputs anymore. You're using it to build systems, tools, workflows, things that capture your knowledge, your context, your way of working. You're firmly here when the question shifts from help me do this task to help me build the thing that does this task. Level 4 is do for me. This is the destination. Workflows running without you, within systems you understand and control. The knowledge you gained in the other levels is what makes this level possible. Over time, you build the rails. You know what the system should do, what it shouldn't, and when to step in. So that's the map. Tell me, work with me, build with me, do for me. One thing to note, there are no hard lines between the levels. The lines blur in practice. The more technical or system-oriented you are, the more they overlap. If you are like that, you could be doing build with me work right alongside daily work with me practice. For everyone else, the progression unfolds more gradually. Either way, the levels matter because what you learn in work with me is what makes everything after actually work. Now look at the map and ask yourself where you actually are. If you're working mainly at the tell me level, there are 3 moves you can do right away to start to bridge the gap to get into work with me. Get AI to ask you questions, get AI to show you its thinking, and use AI to prompt AI. These moves are covered in a separate video linked below. What I want you to take away from this video is the map. Knowing the levels exist, knowing roughly where you are, and knowing that level 2, work with me, is the foundation everything else is built on, not a stepping stone you can skip to level 4. People who try to skip it end up at level 4 trying to operate systems they don't understand. The learning happens at level 2, skip it, and the rest collapses. 3 things to do from here. 1. Take the AI productivity scorecard. It will tell you specifically where you are on the framework with more nuance than I can fit into a video. Link in the description. 2. Watch the 3 techniques video. That covers the actual moves that get you started in work with me. Also linked below. 3. Read the full blog post if you want a deeper picture. It covers the framework, the failure moves that come up at each level, and how the progression actually plays out in practice. Find out where you are, get the moves, get the depth. The framework will do the rest.